notation whatsoever regarding mental health treatment or request for treatment in the context of the records that you looked at?
I saw nothing where he requested any treatment. I did see notations that there were no mental health concerns.
All right, so the second area then is fighting. And did you note whether Jeremy Christian engaged in fighting while he was in custody in prison?
He did, several times. I have about a dozen situations where he engaged in fights with other inmates.
Now, would these document every single fight that an inmate was involved in, or are these ones that rose to the level where then it led to some kind of administrative hearing or discipline within the prison?
Any fight that we're aware of will have a hearing. So it's possible that he engaged in fights that we weren't aware of. But if he engaged in a fight, it was documented, it was written, a misconduct report was written, and a hearing was held.
And in any of these fights, was there an indication of the reports that Jeremy Christian had to be controlled by your staff in the prison with pepper spray?
Yes, several.
What did you note about the individuals that Jeremy Christian was fighting with?
I noticed towards the end of his incarceration with us that he seemed to be attacking Hispanic individuals. There are several assault cases where he went after Hispanic individuals.
And in reviewing the record of the hearings that would follow the fights, where the facts are discussed, who started these fights?
The ones with the Hispanics, he started. He, in several cases, in one case he went across the dining room assaulting multiple other inmates. In another case he ran at one, kicking him while he was restrained.
He kicked another inmate who was restrained?
Yes, in the groin.
In the groin in front of prison staff?
Yes.
And to go back, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but the incident in the chow hall, that's the great big dining room at the prison, right?
Yes.
And it's filled with inmates.
Yes.
And a fight in that room with all of those inmates at the same time, is that a dangerous situation for not only the inmates but also the staff?
Yeah, it's incredibly dangerous. That room holds, if it's full, which I believe it was in this case, it holds about 400 inmates seated. And as they're feeding, they kind of go up along the side walls. And so you can have as many as 600 inmates in there at one time. And when somebody, in this case, he got up and went across the room and was elbowing and punching just as he came in contact with at least 3 individuals. When you have something like that happen, it happens where we have other individuals get very angry and jump up, and we call it losing the dining room. But there are 7 staff in that room with 600 inmates, and so it could be very incredibly dangerous for everybody in there.
And was any explanation provided by Mr. Christian as to why he decided to do that?
Not that I have here, no.
And I interrupted you. So you mentioned the fight in the chow hall started by Mr. Christian.
Yes.
Kicking a restrained inmate in the groin.
Yes.
Who was Hispanic. Any other noteworthy fights that you saw?
There was another one where he was in the disciplinary segregation unit, and I believe, let me double check that, and a Hispanic inmate came in and he attacked him and staff had to pull him off.